Earlier today, I got a question when I asked you guys for some questions on my YouTube channel. And the question was from Luke Sleeth, who said, should we trade up for Cooper DeJean if he is available after pick 15 to 16? So I want to make this video on Cooper DeJean. While I do think he will be a perfect fit for the Packers in this 2024 NFL draft, as Luke noted, we may have to trade up for him if we wanted to secure him on this Packers roster. And this is a guy I'd heard about for the past month or so. I don't really super closely follow college football, but as the season starts to end and as draft time begins, I start to look more into these things. And DeJean has been a guy the past week that I have been looking a lot more into. So when I saw this question, I thought it was a perfect timing to make a video on Cooper DeJean. He is a cornerback who has experience both in the slot and outside, can also play safety, so a very versatile player. And if we look here at this chart here, it basically breaks down how different websites rank him and where he could potentially be available. So, of course, there's differing opinions on every single draftee. And so this gives you an idea as the range to which people view Cooper DeJean. And this chart is from NFL Draft Buzz. So you can see PFF on the bottom left has him the highest at 8. You got NFL Draft Buzz 13, Walter Football 16, Countdown 17, Draft Tech 17, MDDB 17, PFN 19, CBS 21, NFL.com 29, and then DraftNet 53. So that leads to the average rank being 22.3. And with the Packers having their first draft pick at number 25, it does become questionable if he will last until the Packers and that draft pick. Odds are he probably won't, considering lots of other people view him higher. Chances are that one of the NFL teams views him in the same way. And so first off, let's look at this guy as a player, look at some scouts breakdown or former scouts breakdowns on him. And then I'll talk about a potential trade scenario. If the Packers would need to trade up, what could they have to trade? So first off here, I want to take a look at Daniel Jeremiah on NFL.com. Just recently did a top 50 prospects in his opinion. And he used to be an NFL scout for 3 different teams, the Eagles, Browns, and Ravens. So I really enjoy reading his draft thoughts because he has experience in this, scouting players. And he has Cooper DeJean at 29. He says this: DeJean is a playmaking cornerback with size and speed. In off coverage, he plays with his butt to the sideline and displays excellent vision. He does have a brief pause in his plant/drive before exploding and attacking the football. His production, including 3 pick sixes in the 2022 season, speaks for itself. He has enough speed to carry vertical routes, but he will panic on occasion and get grabby at the catch point. He's an outstanding blitzer, displaying timing and burst to close in a hurry. He is very willing in run support, and he's a dependable tackler. He is also an exceptional punt returner because of his combination of speed, elusiveness, and bravery. Overall, I believe DeJean could stick at cornerback, but I wouldn't rule out a move to safety, where his strengths as a player would be featured. He reminds me of a bigger Eric Weddle coming out of college. So the thing that stands out to me most is he has the ability to play at both corner, slot corner, outside corner, and safety. Considering I think the two biggest needs of the Packers is first off safety, second cornerback. If the Packers were able to draft him, they could sort of put him where they want. Maybe that's at corner, slot corner. Maybe it's outside. If a guy gets injured, they could also try him at slot. It just gives him a lot of ability to move him around. And maybe if they draft him, they have an idea of one spot, but still love the versatility. And then I want to take a look here at Trevor Sikkema from PFF and his thought on Cooper DeJean. He has him ranked number 8. He says this: DeJean is one of the most well-rounded athletes in college football. He can play outside cornerback, slot cornerback, and even safety due to his size, 6'1" and 205 pounds, and speed combo. He also has some of the best ball skills of any defensive back in the class. He's one of the draft's top playmakers. So he is a very, very good athlete. In high school, he played, I believe, football, basketball, also track, another sport as well. He was insane in basketball. I was watching some of his high school highlights. Crazy athlete. And in his past 2 seasons at Iowa, he has 7 interceptions, and he had 3 pick sixes in 2022. So he has an ability to, attack the ball. The Packers, I think, need some more guys who are able to force turnovers, and he would be a great add here, a guy that could bring a lot of explosiveness to this Packers secondary. And with Keyshawn Nixon potentially being gone, DeJean could fill in the slot. As I said, also could play outside and safety. So there's a lot you can do with him. And now the potential problem of drafting DeJean. As I said, the Packers' first draft pick is at 25. He would probably be gone by that pick. So I was looking at some draft value charts to see what would the Packers have to trade to potentially get DeJean? And so I checked out Over the Cap. They have a trade value chart. It's called the Fitzgerald-Spielberger draft value chart. So the Packers have the 25th pick, which is valued at $1,369. And because PFF has DeJean ranked at 8, I said, okay, what if the Packers needed to trade all the way up to 8 to get DeJean? That draft pick is valued at $1,946. So that would mean the Packers would need an additional 577 of these draft points, basically, to be able to move to that spot. And if we look at the rest of their draft picks in the second and third round, here's what they're valued at. The number 41 pick, 1,118, which would seemingly get them there, as well as the 58th, 942, the 88th pick, 731, the 91st pick, 714. So it seems like the Packers, according to this trade value chart, could trade a third round pick and their first round pick and move up to pick number 8. Maybe they need to give more, but considering you would get one of the best cornerbacks potentially in this class, it could be a smart move. I wouldn't be opposed to drafting up to get a guy like this, especially considering just how much draft capital the Packers do have. Brian Gutekunst has been willing in the past to trade up and down. Just comes down to how they view DeJean, and if they have a crazy high draft grade on him, do they want to trade up and do it? It's a possibility, and the Packers have enough capital, I think, to make the move. But if you guys want to stick around for more draft-related Packers content, feel free to subscribe down below. You can also check out the podcast on Spotify and Apple. Feel free to leave a review if you enjoy it. But I appreciate you guys as always, and I'll see you guys next time.